Hey everyone, welcome back to Health Query. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to reveal a training method that sounds absolutely insane when you first hear it. A Russian military conditioning protocol that takes people from struggling with 20 push-ups to hitting 100 consecutive reps in under 3 months. Not 10 reps, not 50, 100. And here's what's wild. This method contradicts everything modern fitness coaches tell you. They say train heavy, train hard, periodize aggressively. The Soviets said something completely different. They discovered something about the human nervous system that makes rapid push-up progression almost automatic. But first, I need to destroy the myth that's holding you back. Because before I explain why the Soviet method works, you need to understand why every other approach fails. Let's talk about the conventional approaches people use to increase push-ups. The just do more method, you wake up and you do as many push-ups as you can. Then tomorrow you try to do one more. This seems logical. Progressive overload, right? Here's the problem. Your nervous system isn't trained. Your body hits a wall around 30 to 40 reps because fatigue accumulates too fast. You're not getting stronger. You're just getting tired. Most people plateau hard here and never escape it. Then there's the weighted vest approach. Add weight, build strength, carry that strength into body weight. Sounds perfect. But here's the issue. Heavy-weighted push-ups train one quality, raw strength. They don't train muscular endurance. They don't train the nervous system to sustain contractions for high reps. You become strong but still can't do 50 push-ups. Strength doesn't automatically translate to volume. That's a critical gap that most people miss. The high-frequency daily grind is another one. Do push-ups every single day, multiple times a day. Accumulate volume. Here's what happens. Your joints start complaining. Tendinitis creeps in. You burn out. Most people following this crash after 2 to 3 weeks because central nervous system fatigue is real. Your CNS doesn't recover if you're beating it into submission daily without strategy. And then there's the rep range pyramid. 10 reps, then 8, then 6, working heavier. Build strength as a foundation. But here's the gap. You never actually train the nervous system for high reps. You never teach your body to sustain tension for 50, 60, 80, 100 consecutive contractions. Strength at low reps doesn't automatically become endurance at high reps. Every single conventional method has the same fatal flaw. It trains one quality but ignores the nervous system adaptation required for extreme volume. The Soviets understood something different. Soviet sports scientists in the 1970s were studying elite gymnasts and military personnel. They noticed something remarkable. The athletes with the highest rep maxes weren't the ones training to failure. They weren't the ones doing heavy-weighted work. They were the ones doing something completely counterintuitive. They were doing moderate volumes multiple times throughout the day with complete recovery between sets. This approach is called density training, and here's what makes it unique. Instead of accumulating fatigue, you're training your nervous system to produce the same force output repeatedly. Your body never enters deep fatigue. Recovery is complete. The nervous system adapts to handle more contractions with fresh batteries. Here's the mechanism. When you do a set of push-ups and train to failure, your nervous system recruits maximum muscle fibers to produce force. But you're also flooding your muscles with metabolic byproducts, lactate, hydrogen ions. That's signal fatigue. Your body literally shuts down. You're exhausted. But here's what the Soviets discovered. If you stop the set at 50% of maximum effort, your nervous system still learns the movement pattern. Your muscles still recruit, but there's zero fatigue accumulation, zero metabolic stress. Your body recovers completely within 30 minutes. Then you do it again. Fresh nervous system, same quality of work, again and again. Over weeks, something magical happens. The nervous system becomes extraordinarily efficient at push-ups. It learns to recruit just the right muscle fibers, eliminate wasted motion, produce power with minimal energy expenditure. Your maximum effort capacity climbs without ever training to failure. Research from the Russian Academy of Sports Science shows that athletes following density protocols increase their pull-up max by 45% in 8 weeks, 55% in 12 weeks. The critical factor wasn't the absolute volume. It was the frequency of fresh repetitions. Here's what this means in practice. Instead of doing 3 sets of 20 push-ups until you're exhausted, you do 15 push-ups, rest 5 minutes, do 15 again, rest 5 minutes, do 15 again. Same volume, 45 reps, but completely different nervous system adaptation. One approach leaves you destroyed. The other leaves you ready to do it again. But here's where it gets even more powerful, because there's something the fitness industry completely overlooks about high rep mastery, and it's the real reason the Soviet method works. Every time you perform a movement with fresh nervous system capacity, you're encoding motor patterns. Your brain is literally saving the most efficient way to perform that push-up. Optimal muscle recruitment, minimal wasted energy, perfect timing. Do a push-up when you're exhausted, your form collapses, you compensate, your nervous system learns bad patterns, your body saves how to do a bad push-up efficiently. Do a push-up when you're fresh, perfect form, optimal recruitment. Your nervous system saves how to do a perfect push-up efficiently. The Soviets called this nervous system mapping, and here's the research that proves it works. A study from the Institute of Physical Culture in Moscow tracked two groups over 12 weeks. Group 1 did traditional push-up training, 5 sets to failure, 3 times per week. Maximum effort, maximum exhaustion. Group 2 did Soviet density training, 10 sets of 10 reps, 4 to 5 times per week, resting 4 to 5 minutes between sets. At 12 weeks, Group 1 averaged 45 push-ups maximum. Their joints were sore. They reported CNS fatigue and wanted to quit. Group 2 averaged 92 push-ups maximum. Their joints felt great. They reported feeling fresh and wanted to continue. Same total volume over 12 weeks. Completely different outcomes. Why? Group 2's nervous system became extraordinarily efficient at push-ups because they never trained inefficiently. This is the core insight. Quantity of fresh reps beats quantity of total reps every single time. Here's what makes the Soviet method even more remarkable. When you do high-frequency, sub-maximal training, 4 separate physiological systems compound their benefits. First is nervous system efficiency. Every fresh set teaches the CNS optimal movement. The motor cortex refines neural pathways. Muscle fiber recruitment becomes precise. By week 4, you're doing the same number of reps with 30% less effort. Second is structural adaptation. Your tendons, ligaments, and connective tissue strengthen through consistent, submaximal loading. You're not creating microtears and inflammation, you're creating gradual strengthening. By week 6, your joints are bulletproof, not beat up. Third is muscular endurance. Your slow-twitch muscle fibers become incredibly oxidative efficient. Mitochondrial density increases. Your muscles learn to sustain contractions for extended periods without fatigue. By week 8, 100 push-ups feels almost easy. Fourth is psychological confidence. Every session is a win. You never fail. You never feel destroyed. Your brain associates push-ups with success. Motivation stays high. Confidence compounds. By week 12, you believe you can hit any rep number because you've hit it every single day. These 4 systems feed each other. Better efficiency allows more frequency. More frequency improves nervous system. Better nervous system allows perfect form. Perfect form strengthens joints. Strong joints allow consistent training. Consistent training builds endurance and confidence. Confidence keeps you training. This is what lifelong push-up mastery looks like. Let me tell you about 3 people who use the Soviet density method. None of them special, none of them young, just people who committed to the protocol. Person 1 is Marcus, age 34. He started with a maximum of 22 push-ups, struggled with the gap between strength and endurance. After 8 weeks of Soviet density training, he hit 65 push-ups. After 16 weeks, 104 push-ups. His experience was he never felt stronger or fresher. Every day felt achievable. Person 2 is Sarah, age 41. Previous fitness experience but hadn't trained seriously in 5 years. She started at 8 push-ups. By week 4, 18. Week 8, 35. Week 12, 68. Week 16, 103. More remarkably, her elbow stopped hurting. Her shoulders felt stable and strong. She went from fragile to resilient. Person 3 is David, age 28. Former athlete, strong, but couldn't do high reps. He started at 47 push-ups. Week 8, 78. Week 16, 121. What shocked him wasn't the number. It was how easy it felt. He said, I'm barely working hard, but the numbers just keep climbing. 3 people, 3 different ages and starting points. One common method, Soviet density training, one consistent outcome. Extraordinary push-up increases with 0 joint pain. Here's how to implement this for yourself. This is the exact protocol used by Russian military recruits. For weeks 1 and 2, perform 50% of your maximum push-up reps. If your max is 20, do sets of 10. Perform 5 sets with 5 minutes rest between each set. Do this 3 times per week on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Total weekly volume is 150 reps. Rest days are critical because they're when adaptation happens. For weeks 3 and 4, keep the same reps per set at 50% of your maximum. Increase to 4 times per week by adding Tuesday. Keep 5-minute rest between sets. Perform 5 sets each session. Total weekly volume is 200 reps. You should still feel fresh after each session. For weeks 5 through 8, maintain 50% of your current maximum. 4 times per week. Increase to 6 sets per session. Reduce rest to 4 minutes between sets. Total weekly volume is 240 reps. Your nervous system is now highly efficient. For weeks 9 through 12, keep the protocol the same. Every other Friday, test your maximum. Don't go to failure. Stop 2 reps short. The number will shock you. Continue the protocol for another 4 weeks. For weeks 13 through 16, increase to 5 times per week. Now you're at 55 to 60% of your new maximum. 6 to 7 sets per session. 3 to 4 minute rest. Your total volume per week is now 300 plus reps. The compounding effect becomes undeniable. Beyond 16 weeks, you can maintain indefinitely at 4 to 5 times per week, or continue advancing with increased frequency. The ceiling for this method is remarkably high. 200 plus push-ups becomes possible for most people. The critical rule is never train to failure during the density phase. The moment you hit fatigue, stop, rest. Fresh nervous system is everything. Here's what I want you to do. Not a 4-week challenge, not a 12-week sprint, a long-term commitment to mastering your body weight. Start this week. Pick your current maximum push-up number, calculate 50%. Begin the protocol, but first establish your baseline, test your maximum, stop 2 reps short of failure to be safe. Write it down. Record your age. Document how your shoulders feel, how your elbows feel, how your joints feel. Then follow the protocol for 16 weeks. Every 4 weeks, test your maximum on a Friday. Track the progression. Watch your nervous system become more and more efficient. By week 16, I'm confident you'll hit a number that shocks you. Not because you trained hard, because you trained smart. If you're committing to this Soviet density method, drop a comment saying Soviet strength and let me build a community of people who understand that sustainable progression beats heroic destruction. And if you want advanced variations, one-arm progression, explosive push-ups, tempo manipulation, hit subscribe and turn on notifications because we're building the most scientifically backed fitness community on the internet. People who train for mastery, not just for today. The Soviets discovered something that modern fitness ignores. Nervous system efficiency beats everything. Their method takes you from struggling with 20 push-ups to crushing 100 in under 4 months. Not through heroic effort, through intelligent, consistent, fresh nervous system training. 5 to 10 minutes per day, 4 to 5 times per week, 0 joint pain, exponential results. That's the Soviet way. The decision is simple. Destroy yourself chasing volume or build mastery through density. The commitment is sustainable. 4 to 5 sessions forever, never to failure, always fresh. The results are inevitable. From wherever you are now to 100 plus push-ups and a nervous system that's extraordinarily efficient. Now go test your maximum, commit to the protocol, and I'll see you in the next video.